Hi everyone, you're welcome to Rokani Sports. My name is Juliana. Don't you forget to subscribe if it's your first time to find us. We bring you updates about what happens in your lives of your celebrities. Now here are 11 footballers you wouldn't want your daughter to marry. Often overpaid and spoiled footballers at times find themselves getting in too deep, whether it's too deep with alcohol, drugs, women, or their spending habits. Many footballers struggle with inner demons like everyday people. And if and when I have a daughter, I'll do everything in my power to keep her away from the professional footballers. Because of these reasons, although controversy is part of the game, there have been instances that have caught the public's attention that leave me ever so puzzled. The negative press someone receives based on poor decisions not only affects the player personally, but sheds a bad light on their club, the country, and of course, the people they are connected to on individual or personal levels. Here we have arranged a starting 11 using a 3-4-3 information of the players I would never want my daughter to marry, along with a disgraceful coach and a bench full of undesirable subs. Warning, there are a lot of Brits on this list. Let's start. Number 1 will be the dishonorable bench. On the dishonorable bench, we have Carlos Tevez. Apparently, Carlos is not just a scumbag to Manchester City fans. Claims of an adulterous affair during his sweetheart's premature birth further cements the Argentina's bad reputation. That alone is enough for us not to want our daughters to get involved. The other person in the dishonorable bench will be Mario Balotelli. The young Italian phenom has a knack for popping up in the headlines. But when the number of current girlfriends outweighs his collection of cars, fathers should be locking their daughters indoors. The next person on this list will be Arsene Wenger. Who would have thought the professor had a steamy past? The Arsenal manager is mostly a reputable man, sans this one particular time. Number 4 on this list is Marco, another Italian. This sex addict should stay far away from your daughters as humanly as possible. It is mostly because of healthy purposes. That was 1/10. Number 2 will be Wogshies. After enduring so many painful years without a quality goalkeeper, the young Polish netminder has made the position his own and looks promising between the sticks for Arsenal. And at 21 years of age, he's going to do some immature things once in a while, like try and seduce a glamour model over Twitter. Fans of the Gunners will gladly accept Wogshies as their goalie, but just stay away from their daughters, please. Number 3 is Rio Ferdinand. Rio has had his fair share of problems, and all of them are distinct in their own right. Among failed drug tests and then a dodgy decision making, the Manchester United man can add unfaithful to his list of descriptions as well. Ferdinand had proven he is an influential defender on the pitch, but off the field, you may want to think otherwise. Number 4 is John Terry. Easily the most controversial of the bunch. John Terry is a commanding defender with an acute sense of the game. As Chelsea's most successful club captain of all time, Terry has been in and out of the press for a long time and battles with numerous accusations regarding his personal life. Although a married man, his infidelity is highly documented, and if he ever encounters your daughter, pray that she doesn't fall for that English charm. At number 5 out of the 13 will be Ashley Cole. To complete an All-England back trio, Ashley Cole is a tidy and versatile defender who could use a little tidying in his own life. A notorious womanizer, the Chelsea defender had a beautiful wife before he ruined everything with constant adultery. His career for club and country is one to be recognized. But for the fathers out there, his track record with women should be loathed. Number 6 is Frank Ribery. The furious Frenchman has been in sublime form for Bayern Munich, and many feel his rise back to dominancy is due to the fact he is putting some sticky off-field situations behind him. Frank was a major part of shocking investigations by French police concerning an underage prostitution ring, and the media circus surrounding this case is finally starting to die down a bit. While he's a wizard on the pitch and the allegations against him are pending, I can honestly say I would never want him near your daughter. Number 7 is Adrian Mutu. It is refreshing to know that the traveled Romanian is not on this list because of his cheating ways, but the reason he is on the list causes just as big of an alarm. The Cesena man has battled substance abuse problems his entire career, and because of his failed drug tests, he was forced to pay his former club Chelsea an unworldly amount of money in compensation. He was recently banned for life from the Romanian national team because of his partying. So to all the fathers out there, I don't see his antics decreasing anytime soon. Number 8 is David Beckham. Fresh off an MLSC title, Bex has been under a microscope ever since his fresh face stepped out onto Old Trafford. He has since seen his global popularity skyrocket, but that hasn't stopped him from grabbing the headlines. Most notably, his time in Madrid, away from his equally famous wife, was shadowed with accusations. Beckham should have no regrets whenever he leaves the game, but such testimony is pretty revealing for his millions of fans. Ryan Giggs is number 9. There is not one other player that has appeared in more Premier League games than the ageless Welshman. And for the longest time, Ryan Giggs could do no wrong. It wasn't until his name was revealed behind a gagging order last May that people really started to look at the 37-year-old a bit differently. Not only did he shack out of wedlock with the famous Big Brother contestant, he also fooled around with his brother's wife. Can you imagine? Now, Giggs' legacy can never be touched, but to the surprise of many, he's not an ideal candidate for anyone's daughter. Number 10 is Alex Pato, young, talented, full of trickery. The Brazilian forward has lit Serie A on fire ever since he debuted for Milan back in 2008. And perhaps he has enjoyed his life in Italy a little too much, as a failed marriage and constant partying will confirm. He's often criticized for lacking concentration, and many urge that he still has a lot of growing up to do. Nevertheless, Pato continues to shun the negativity and play at an elite level. His current flame is the daughter of his club's owner, so hopefully he doesn't drop the ball on this one. Number 11 will be Cristiano Ronaldo, the playboy of all playboys. I don't know whether to be more impressed with Ronaldo's list of achievements or his list of former flames. Cristiano is one of the best footballers of his era, and for that he's adored and lasted more than any person that I can think of. His high-profile relationships make any normal man rage with envy. As a matter of fact, you can go and check our YouTube videos. You can click and check out the whole list of all the girls that Cristiano Ronaldo has dated. The thing about Ronaldo, though, is that he knows how attractive he is. So if he ever dated your daughter, he would probably be more concerned with how he looks rather than how she looks. Number 12 is Wayne Rooney. Waza is no stranger to controversy, and like most of the Englishmen on the list, it involves, you guessed right, infidelity. While his wife was pregnant with child, Rooney had a steamy affair with a young escort. It shocked the nation and became the talk of the country the entire summer, and even Premier League players got in on the juicy gossip. Rooney struggled during the start of that campaign, and many felt his desire to leave Manchester United stemmed from his off-field issues. And even if he eventually stayed and regained his form, it does not diminish the significance of the turbulent summer. And drum rolls for number 13. That will be Sven Goran Eriksson, manager. How can you have a team full of prima donnas without having a manager to show them the ropes? How can you have a team full of prima donnas without having a manager to show them the ropes? Goran Eriksson is a long-tenured coach who doesn't really believe in monogamy. While coach of the English national team, one scandal after another piled up against the Swede, and team greatly underachieved with the 63-year-old in charge. He last managed Leicester City, but mutually left his post a month ago. He's now jobless. He should have plenty of time once again to pick up another fluency. That's the whole list. If you feel like there is someone we left out of this list, you could go right ahead and add them in the comment section. My name is Juliana. It's Rokani Sports.